Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome.
Right. We're here. That took a
We
little bit.
made it. We
We made
made
it.
it. Everybody
We made
inside the
it.
world, y'all know what that means, right? When we say we made it through the technical difficulties.
Right. Right. Because that was real touch and go.
It'd be like a journey. When you trying to do this technical stuff, it'd be like a real journey. Believe me.
I mean.
Nobody knows the behind the scenes works.
Hey,
Hey,
Shakira.
Shakira. Look. Hi, Miss Sheila.
Hi, Miss Sheila. How's everyone doing? Y'all can share the video, the live. Not
Please
really a
share
video.
the live. Share the
Share
live.
the live. How's everyone doing?
I hope everyone's having a good evening. Please share as you come into the room. Share. If you see me on my Facebook,
please share.
the live.
All right, so we're gonna get started. Whoever has the background noise.
Hey, Tanika.
Hey, Nook.
Mute yourself if your background's loud, ladies.
Please. All right, so hey everybody, we're gonna get started because we don't want to be on here forever. I am Lalithia. I am the founder of My Sister's Keeper, Sister's Promise, and the New York chapter director. I'm sorry, I'm getting messages everywhere, so I'm
Yeah,
looking at
they calling
here,
my phone
here.
It's like as soon as we get live, they want to call my phone. Don't call my phone now. I'm live. It's too late. It's too late.
But yes, so I'm the founder and the director of the New York chapter. You guys go ahead. Let me handle this.
You want me to go next?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm Shadina. I am the vice president of My Sister's Keeper, Sister's Promise. I am also in charge of the Philly, Pennsylvania, mostly Philly, chapter of My Sister's Keeper Promise. And Ty, you ready?
Go ahead, Shadina. I mean, Monique.
You ready, Mo?
Are you muted?
Is she muted? I'm gonna need her to unmute herself. Yeah, press the button, Mo. Press the button, Mo. Press the button. Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, what the heck? I was like muted the whole time. So I'm like, I'm muted. Can you guys hear me?
My God.
Okay, cool. I'll sit in the living room. Yeah. It was a lot. Well, I'm Latonia. Everybody calls me Monique. I am part of My Sister's Keeper, New York. And I'm also involved with the mentoring program with the youth.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's right.
You like short and sweet, like.
But I'm happy right now because she's actually saying it out loud. Because remember, she's like, I don't know.
See, I didn't say co. I said part. I told you.
Where's Melissa?
Melissa, where you at, baby? Obviously, there's technical difficulties going on, y'all. You're gonna have to forgive us. We cannot control Wi-Fi.
Correct.
People using the Wi-Fi, y'all. All
We
right, so this is the Sister Code Live. We are coming live to you guys today because we have Sister Code every Saturday. Well, not every Saturday, every other Saturday, and it's a private type of conversation between all of us. It's about, I want to say, 12 girls every day. And we have conversations. We thought it would be cool to go live with you guys with some of our conversations. Um, and hopefully some of you can join us in our next Sister Code, which is this Saturday actually. And we have a guest conversationalist, Miss Talia Duncan, will be joining us this Saturday. You will hear more about that later on. But for right now, we've done our introductions. We're still trying to get this together technically because one of our sisters is trying to get it's to her own personal Facebook page right now, and she's on our public Facebook page. So I'm trying to help her, but it's a little difficult. Um, so Shadina, talk more
Yes,
about.
ma'am. So Sisters Code for me was basically to come up with a safe space for us to come talk. I feel like what's missing most in sisterhood is trust. And trust starts with an open conversation between two people, right? The back and forth. Let's talk about something easy. Like, I'm gonna let you speak and I'm not gonna talk while you're talking. That's a simple exercise that is overlooked, especially when we're talking to our friends because, hey, sis, we're just
Hey,
trying to
Janae.
get out what we're trying
Hey.
to say. We're not trying to hear what the other person has to say. So we have rooms that we join in the actual Sisters Code, and in those rooms, we're able to come together in groups of three, and we're able to one-on-one kind of in a smaller setting talk to each other. So that's one of the special things about Sisters Code. Also, what's special about Sisters Code is it's a safe and vulnerable space for you to be able to talk about things that's normally like not talked about. We're going to go over some of the topics tonight, just briefly, and kind of give a little bit of what we talk about in Sisters Code. But it's very important to start a sisterhood that we don't have. We do not have a tight knit sisterhood. I know every female that I talk to, they always say, "Oh, I don't really mess with females," or "I don't have no female friends." And it's unhealthy because we need friends. Like, we need friends that look like us, okay, that are
Right,
going through what we are going through.
that
And
part.
I think it becomes a thing where, oh, I'm not going to tell her my business because she's going to judge me. But at the same time, you never know. That person could be going through exactly what you're going through. And if we just give a space where we can be vulnerable, we're able to then build a sisterhood where we can share information and network. It's unfortunate that we can't network because we can't get past a he say, she say conversation. Um, hey, Tia.
Hey, Nada.
It
Oh,
be
Matia, sorry.
it just becomes weird between women, and we're trying to break those barriers by having a sisters code every other Saturday. We're getting to know each other every other Saturday. We're supporting each other every other Saturday. It's also going to become a networking space. It's going to become a networking space because once you're able to be vulnerable around women, that is a strong, powerful thing. I see
Yeah,
all of these sisters groups on Facebook, and a lot of people in my own circle have their own circle of women that they come together with. And then I have my own circle of women that I come together with outside of the Sisters Code. So in those circles, we're able to ask for help. You know, not all of us want to say I'm behind on my rent. You know, that's
right,
something that you need to say because you can't get the help you need if you don't know where to go to ask for help.
right.
It's not being embarrassed. It's just knowing that we're all in this big ship and we're all rowing together. Um, What's the first topic, Lee?
Relationships.
Ooh, we didn't even want to go there.
But just to touch on the sister code, when you were
I'm
saying
sorry.
that nobody really wants to get involved with things like that because it's like we don't want to be judged, but also we don't know who to trust.
Mm-hmm.
Trust is a big thing, especially amongst women, because we've experienced either not being trusted
Mm-hmm.
or not trusting. Because truth be told, we've been in situations where we run our mouth a little bit too much, to where who we ran our mouth to went back and
Mm-hmm.
told somebody, and they told somebody. And by the time it got back to us, it wasn't even what we said.
It's just messy. It's messy.
Right.
They say
So
women are messy and catty. That's what they say.
absolutely, but that also messes up relationship
Yep.
amongst sisters, and especially in a sisterhood. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to start Sister Code or My Sister's Keeper,
Yeah, we
because
breaking
of the fact
barriers.
that
We breaking
yeah,
barriers.
and I know how I was, and I know how I am, and
Mm-hmm.
the fact that you can be transparent in your transition.
Mm-hmm.
People don't really want to acknowledge that. Nobody wants to deal with. They always want to be stuck into who you used to be and
Right.
not accept who you currently are becoming. And
Mm-hmm.
that's a issue amongst women all across the board. We'll judge you until the day you die on who you were, and never accepting the fact that you're not that person anymore. So
Right.
that's really why I wanted to do or start My Sister's Keeper, because of the fact that there is possibility for you to grow and change and develop. And in our sisterhood, we're experiencing growth and change and development from who we used to be when we first started. We are not the same person from 2018. We're not the same
Right.
girl that we were when we first had our first session. So the progress and the improvement and the growth and who we are now, you can see the evidence of. We don't handle situations how we used to. We don't speak to each other how we used to. Y'all say it to me all the time, like, where's the old Lethea at? Because she this
This
new
new,
Lethea,
this new Lethea,
yeah, she's
I
just,
don't
I
know
don't
her.
know, like, I don't know her. And that comes with growth and change and being accepted. The thing that I love about our group is the
Right.
fact that you guys can accept me for who I am now. Although we joke and laugh about that old Alethea that's ready to just cut throat and
Right.
just shut you down in your first sentence, I'm not that girl no more. And then every time I'm so sorry, I just like, oh, who's this girl?
I mean,
Because
the
I'm so
thing,
apologetic now, and I'm
right.
so like so open. I'm more open than I used to be. So it starts with me because I mean this is my baby, so I can't be the same girl that I was before. That shows the growth and the progression of our sisterhood. So I love what we're becoming, and I'm excited about where we're gonna go as we continue to grow.
I think that everything you said is like in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole Sisters Code emulates all of that. All the
Yeah,
things that you said, breaking barriers, like even the barrier to talk to my mom, like breaking mommy, we breaking those mommy barriers too, because we might have a conversation and somebody, we might have a topic, getting back old relationships. How do you mend old relationships? And then somebody might talk about their mom and what's going on with them, and then you might think, dang, let me call my mother, let me talk to
right.
my mom. So when you say breaking barriers, we're talking about conversations that nobody really want to talk about. you
That's a
know
whole fact, and we
uh
touch on all of those topics.
I mean, topics that you would shy from, but the
Yeah,
thing is, those conversations need to be had. I think, and if they were had to me younger, a lot of the mistakes that I made, I wouldn't have made, and that's the key thing about My Sister's Keeper too. It's each one teach one. So
yeah,
I need to go down and catch it before it becomes a problem. Like we want people to transform before they become that mean, evil cousin or the one
yeah.
that always saying negative things to you. We want to transform you before you become that. they always look at Black women and they be like, "Oh, you just nasty, you just
And
mean." But we're not nasty and mean. We've been through some nasty and mean things. You
yeah.
know?
A lot of that sometimes causes us to become that nasty and mean person. Doesn't necessarily make us that, but that's what we became because of what we went through.
Yeah.
Right, Melissa?
So what I'm gonna say about that topic is honestly, you're nasty and you're mean when you put people in a place. So if you didn't ever come over here where you weren't belong to this relationship business, you talking stuff you know, or you think you know of because you're older, does not make it justify for you to comment on it. What your mom used to say back in the day, don't be in grown folks' business. Sometimes you're
That's
supposed to
right.
listen, not get involved. But people want to run their mouth. They want to go on social media. They want to go through the family. Like, I don't have time or place. I am older and wiser now. And I will admit, I detach from people real quick with the funny business. I don't have time for it. So it's better for me to keep my sanity and for me to stay on this side of the bars. I ain't got time. I don't know if orange is my color. I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is I ain't trying to rock the jumpsuit for nobody.
Right.
I don't
Absolutely.
know if orange is my color. It's not mine.
It's
So
not
when
my
we
color.
talking about
It's not.
relationships, I definitely want to hit that the relationships with our own siblings, like our own sisters. Like I know I have sisters, and I'm in my sister's keeper, sister's promise. I wear the shirt, everything. But I got sisters that I'll be like, don't really want to talk to you right now. I really like I don't want to speak to you. I really feel like we shouldn't be talking right now. So
Sometimes a
those
person can be nasty and mean when they have their own demons to battle.
yeah, as big sisters, we always want to be the ones to be, and even if you're the little sister, if you're a sister, period, you always want to be saving them from whatever you've been through and how you went through things. But sometimes I've learned through my sister's keeper that I can be your sister and your keeper, but I don't have to be over your life. Like I don't have to
Preach.
worry about it. I don't gotta worry about it. I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna help you along the way if I can. But I don't have to keep it in my heart and hold it, and sleep on it and wake up on it. It's not nothing that I need to be worried about. And the only way I learned that is because I went to a sister's code and I was able to talk about that in my sister's code. And people were able to tell me, no, you're not being a mean sister. You just know your role as a sister. And that's what it's about. You have to
Yeah.
know your role as a sister in anybody's life. So,
Yeah. No, honestly, y'all already know how I am. I love my siblings. God knows I do. But when you get to
Do
the
not
point,
always like them. Do
no,
not always like them.
listen, and sometimes I don't always love them. Truth be told,
it's
truth be
a
told,
thin line. It's
I'm
a
the
thin line.
oldest of six, and as much as I love them, as there came a time where I was like, okay, I can't go, I can't deal with this. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here, and I left because I was like, I don't want to deal with all of this.
Right.
But then you get older, and as you get older, they become more of your sibling than your child, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Come on. Come on.
become your friend
Come
and
on.
not your child.
Come on.
It becomes different. Then you'll be able to have a relationship that's not like I have to come to you like as if you're my mom. And I had to
Right.
learn that transition, and I'm still learning. Trust me, because my baby sister, sometimes I'll be ready to mother her to the day she died. I understand she's in her 20s now, and sister's doing her thing. I can't be smothering her, so I had to let her go. But I listen. I have siblings to this day that we don't speak, and it's by choice because you're not going to disrespect me. Now, if I'm doing and helping and providing and showing love and respecting and giving you money for food and giving you a place to stay, and you want to tell me that I ain't about nothing and I ain't doing nothing for you, then you gotta go to the side until you get your life together. Point blank.
But I
Period.
had to learn not to cuss them out, not to, talk down to them or get
Yeah,
into
no.
a back and forth argument with them.
Yeah,
So
no.
putting them on the side doesn't mean necessarily you're not my sister no more. See, I wanted to
Right.
cut people all the way out of my life. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, no, you can't cut people all
Right,
the way out your life.
Sean. Okay.
You have to still be in their lives. What did she say, Lee? I didn't think I seen it. What she say?
I'm the oldest, and I was
I was
fighting that.
fighting that.
You had to step back and look at myself.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
No,
And
seriously,
But
like
see,
it
I'm
gets
the baby. I'm the baby. And I have to remind people that I may be the baby in this family, but I'm not the baby in life. So at the end of the day, at my age, what I don't need you to do is judge me. If I give you the privilege of coming to you, that means I trust and value you enough to open up because there are so many things that I keep inside. So if I'm saying you are my sister, whether blood or not, because sometimes blood you just can't do it. But
yeah,
when I come to you, that does not mean I need you to tell me the negatives that I already have inside me. What I need you to do is understand that I have been through some storms that you might not even know. So what
I
I
had
need
to
you to do
learn
is be
that.
my sister, be my friend, not be
Yeah.
judgmental. Because
Right.
then at that time, it's like, who this chick talking to? I ain't
Yeah.
no kid.
My sister was
Like it's
definitely
a
like
whole
that.
different conversation. Then I'm
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah, I
no,
know what
you know,
you're
I get
talking
it.
about because I had to realize that I was doing that to my sister, Mel. And you taught me that a little bit because you used to always say, Dina, you can't do that to your sister. You gotta get she has her own life. She's living life too. You can't just come in there judging and saying what you want to say. She is a person too. And at first I didn't understand, but now I understand. I get it. So when I'm talking to us, a different conversation. I'm more encouraging. I'm not only saying stuff about what you're doing wrong. I'm encouraging you when you're doing good. And I think that's what be missing from sisterhood too.
Yeah.
Just encouraging your sister when she's doing well. Not always, ooh, girl, yeah, I see. Point blank, period, Melissa. I hear you, Tia. You see, because I learned that from Melissa how to deal with Matia, my sister. That's Sasha. That's my sister right there.
Okay.
Okay.
How you doing, Monique?
So it takes a sisterhood sometimes to teach
We're not
you
doing that.
to put you in your place. Sometimes your whole
You
sisterhood
know
gotta
what I
put you
hate
in
too?
your
I hate
place.
when you'll post somebody and you be like, oh, that's my sister right there. And they be quick to be like, that ain't your blood. You
Yeah,
ain't my
brothers.
blood. So shoot, like, don't tell me who ain't my blood. Like my thing is that if you there
Oh,
for me
I have an
and I
issue
consider
with
like I
that
can call you and
one.
rely on you, you my sister.
No, really.
That's
Honestly.
what my thing is.
Come
I
on,
don't
Toy.
care
Come on, Tiny.
who you, what other people. Shut up, Dina. My thing is, if you my sister, you my sister. I don't care what Tom, Dawn, Susie, Sarah say. I don't care because at the end of the day, I know for sure that with my sister and my sisters, if I'm going through something, they got my back no matter what. I could be going to the fullest, but my sister got me. You can't tell me, oh, your mother only had one. No, according to me, my sister, and my other sisters, maybe like this. I got multiple.
Yeah.
I got multiple. So no, that's the one thing. Don't tell me. Mm-mm. You was there when she had her. Listen, no,
Tanika will tell
but that's
anybody.
my sister. I
They
don't
on here
care.
too. Tanika used to go off on people like that is not your sister. That is my sister.
Yeah, especially me, because I always wanted to be part of the family, and I wasn't. So I was always trying to be somebody's sister, and I got a lot of slack back for that. I had my own sisters, but I didn't want them. I wanted somebody else's sister. But you
But
know what? I didn't
growing
have
up,
a
I
big
learned
sister.
a
I
lot
didn't have a
of
big sister.
sister.
So Lethea was more of a big sister because I didn't have a big sister. So when other people came around, I was always get up under them like I was a little sister because I didn't have that. Growing up, I had little sisters, so it was a different feel for me.
But that's how we developed our core.
Yeah.
Me, Shakira, and Tora. That's how we developed our sisterhood because we didn't have older sisters. None of us. except for Shakira.
We took her older
I
sister.
didn't. But let me tell you something. My big sister,
But we didn't have
I
older
wouldn't
sisters.
trade her for
We
nothing.
became each other's older sister. We became that for each other.
What you say?
So it was like,
what she say? She said
who?
something. You said something. You
For
said
me?
something about You said
What
your
you said?
bishop.
I said I didn't have a big sister, but I got a big sister, and can't nobody tell me nothing. My big sister, I hear her right now. She's at my door as I'm talking. And like, oh my God, you're talking about me because I hear her listening to us at the same time. That one, to my ride or die. Along with Alicia, my ride or die. And she sees everything. I don't want you going into this bubble. No, I'm in my bubble. I don't care. I'm blocking everybody out. I don't care what nobody's saying. And then she comes right in. No, you can't do that. Don't do that. And then Lydia like, no, get out that funk. You better than what you going. I'm like, no, just leave me
I
alone.
like what she commented. She let them, you right. You absolutely right. Sometimes you have to let people know what their place is in your life.
Yes. Yes.
And even if it's
And
you,
at
even
any
if somebody
time,
gotta tell
they can be
you.
moved in or pulled out.
And that's blood too. That goes both ways. Because
True.
listen, blood won't respect you sometimes the way that the ones who are blood does.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get sometimes more appreciation
I
from the people who you didn't grow up with versus the people who've known you all your life. So it's almost like a give and take. Like, am I going to sit here and keep taking your disrespect, or am I going to have to just cut you off for a while until you get your life? I have no problems with cutting you off for a while until you get your life. Because if I am the oldest and I require a certain type of respect, if I'm not disrespecting you or
Right.
being this way towards you, I don't expect that back. I expect you to be the same way with me that I've been with you. And if you can't give that to me in that time, go get your life together. I will hate you. I will love you to the day you die. But you're not gonna come in my quarters and disrespect me. Like, I'll see you on on the outside, but you ain't coming in my quarters. And if there's a family gathering, we can be cordial and do what we gotta do with no conflict.
So when we talking about
well, I'm
relationships.
okay
Oh,
invited
go
to
ahead. Go ahead,
gatherings
Mel. I'm
because it
sorry.
ain't family no more. So I'm okay with that.
No way. She said I'm okay with
I
that.
love Melissa.
So y'all,
Listen, Sean.
I'm hearing this because I'm always felt alone being the oldest. God led me to this conversation. Yeah, I did. Being the oldest, I felt real alone. You know why I felt alone being the
I
oldest?
still do sometimes.
And you know why sometimes? Because I had to shelter them from what I was doing and what I was going through. When I was coming up, it wasn't all peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying? Like, even my mother, she did her best. Don't get it twisted. Like, I'm not never gonna disrespect my mom in any way. She did her best. But it wasn't all peaches and cream growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I always felt like, yeah, I'm gonna go out, but y'all can't go with me. You know what I'm saying? So I was out there alone. You know, being the oldest, I was by myself most of the time in the streets. When I ran away, I was alone. I didn't take my sisters with me, and they always, and my sisters thought it was something like I didn't like them or was something against them or something like that. Really, I was just trying to find my own way, and I couldn't take them through the things that I went through. I went through a lot of stuff running the streets. You don't want to take your siblings through those things. So it becomes like you on an island by yourself. One parent is over here, one parent is over there, and it's just you. Both parents is telling you to look out for the little ones, but you're trying to look out for yourself and find your own way. So it's definitely an island. Sometimes when you're an older sibling, and my 20-year-old, he's 20 compared to his sister after him. She's 13, so they have a big gap. So I know that my son feels like he's on the island sometimes too. I know it. I can see it on him because of what I went through. So I'm able to attack those issues with him. And I love that, because I could see it. And I'm able to get on his little island with him and keep him company when I know he's feeling those ways, join him within the family and let him know, yeah, you getting older. Yeah, you should move out. Yeah, there's some things you need to do, but you still my son at the end of the day. You still my baby, at the end of the day. So those relationships, even within your household, it reflects the outside relationship reflects within your household, even if you don't have children, even if you're just living with people, significant others, the relationships you grew up with affects you when you get older, when you're with a male or a female. I don't know if y'all want to get into this a little bit. I know we kind of gotta move on topics, but they stalling to get into this relationship stuff. I don't know what's that about, but I'm about to see what's up. I mean, because when we talk about relationships, we definitely got to talk about men. I mean,
come on.
Come on. We got to
No
really
comment.
get into it. No, we can't. Okay.
Melissa and this no comment all the time.
Let me tell you something, Mel B. We not gonna get X-rated on here because this is PG-13, but we definitely need to talk about
live. I'm gonna be G all day.
That's not crazy at all, Fanshawn.
No, because I felt alone because I had mad cousins.
Please. Me too, and I still
at their house. My aunt got 8 kids. I still was on the island by myself. We all felt that way, and that's why sisterhood is so important.
Listen,
there's people out there that don't know that
with 6 siblings and 8 cousins in the same house.
Right, and you still feel alone. That's normal.
That's normal. It really is normal, especially if you're the oldest, because they don't understand the pressure that you're under and being the oldest. Yes. Like for
me, I'm gonna stop y'all because y'all with this oldest one. Don't forget about. I do have my middle child syndrome.
You can talk about going through sometimes too. But it's pressure on being the oldest because you're the one that has to set the tone. You're the one that has to lead the pack, so to speak. And they're expecting you to lead and set the tone.
And when you don't live up to those expectations, it becomes drama filled. You got to sit down in church. You got to be the one, you know what I'm saying? You got to be the one. Now nobody can do nothing because you made a mistake. So the pressure for the oldest is not just setting an example, setting the tone. It's also keeping other people safe.
That too.
You become a protector at an early age. Like, I don't even know how.
Especially as being the girl, the oldest girl.
Oh yeah. She got pressure like a mug.
Okay.
Woo. We go through it all first. We go through it all first before you even get there. Matter of fact, they got a formula for you. They ain't got no formula for us.
Because you know why? And I can only speak from because of the fact that with me and my siblings, we grew up with our grandmother. So we didn't have that mom or that dad. We just had grandma and grandpa and a bunch of aunts and uncles and extended family. So it was always Lalithia was the screw up because she didn't want to do what everybody else wanted her to do. I want to do my own damn thing and live my own damn life. I didn't want to be responsible for nobody.
I wasn't making examples. I'm not an example maker. I want to do.
I was braiding hair at 7. I was changing diapers at like I was doing everything. I was getting my baby brother up and dressed and ready for school. We was in Catholic school.
Me too.
And I'm like, what?
Me too.
I want to say 10, 11, 12. And my baby brother
was like, yeah.
And I'm literally getting his clothes out. Like and I'm 12. And I'm doing things that a mother should be doing for their child. But he's living in my room. He's literally sleeping in my room with me. And I got to wake him up, get him dressed and ready for school, make sure he eat breakfast, and then get myself together. And we all got to make sure everybody. And now at this point, it's like 7 of us all in the house going to the same school. Got to get on the cheese bus to make sure.
We got on public transportation.
My grandfather yelling at the other boys, my grandmother yelling at everybody. It was just straight chaos in my house. but I was the one that they looked at. If we was late, I had to take the fall.
Where did we go? St. Peter's?
Yes, St. Peter's.
Yeah, we went to St. Peter's. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was taking public transportation at like 11, 10, and 11. If I tell my mother that, she gonna say, you never, I ain't know. But that's another conversation. But anyway, you know how it is.
Listen,
We be out
but
there,
we dealt
we
with it, and but it became very, very stressful up until, and I ain't gonna lie, I was really bad in school because of so much
yeah.
going on around me. I was angry.
Yep.
I was angry about a lot of things, and it had nothing to do with my grandmother or my grandfather. It was just the fact that my mother was there, living up the block from us, but she wasn't there. Like, what? I was mad every day. Like, well, why is she telling me she loved me, but she not here?
And why I gotta take care of her kids?
Exactly. And then, listen,
it just goes on and on and on.
Continuation, but that stuff like that can interfere with relationships.
Yes,
because it's hard to
adult relationships.
Because my mother was my prime example of not being able to connect. You're there, you're in arm's reach, but I can never connect to you.
Could you imagine living with your mother and you can't connect? So that's like even. God bless your story, because everybody got their own testimony. But I was living with my mother and I couldn't connect. She was in the same house with me, and my mother is. I love my mother. Look, Antonetta. Look, yeah, yup, Antonetta. Yes. See, she my woman. Yup, look at Mattia. They know.
We're gonna talk about the other sip. Melissa just talked about the youngest one. We have all three. Monique is a middle child.
Monique is a middle child.
So they're gonna talk. Go ahead, ladies.
Yeah, let's be quiet.
Oh, about my middle child syndrome?
Go ahead.
Oh, now he's back on it. Now listen, being in my 30s, I still have middle child syndrome. I'm not gonna lie. And it's bad because sometimes you feel like the babies and the ones older than you get more of the attention than you do, and you feel left out. And then you get like, okay, it's time for me to have my own little world. And in your own little world, you're still not satisfied. You still crave the attention from your other siblings. And then when your other siblings see you and talk to you, oh, you just want mommy. Oh, you going through this. You ain't going through. Y'all don't know half the time what my mom be going through. And it's a lot. Y'all have responsibilities as a middle child. We have responsibilities too. Granted, y'all help take care of us, but we still got the ones that's under us that we was helping out with too. Mm-hmm. It's a fact. Like,
that's happening in my house.
It's like it goes down in a line. It literally goes down a line.
It does. I see it with my children.
And my brother's in his 20s, and he still calls sometimes. And I'm not gonna lie, I still call sometimes. But at the end of the day, because we're talking about siblings, as long as we know that our siblings have our back when we really, really need them, or when they need us, that's really all that matters to me.
Oh, no.
You still
there is such thing as middle child syndrome.
Yes, Antonetta, and the youngest child, they have a syndrome too. I see it on my son Hakeem. He is the middle child of Tanya, and I'm telling you, because I was putting so much on my daughter as the oldest, my oldest girl. I started putting some responsibilities on him, and now she just throws all the responsibilities on. I'll be like, no.
What?
No.
There's 30 of you, Fan Sean?
Yeah.
My
30 of us. Who got 30 kids?
My goodness.
Are you talking about siblings or just like husbands and stuff like that?
Is that siblings or what? Because 30 people, honey, I think I would die.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I thought I was running I got a small basketball team over here I'm running. I didn't know. Hey, Quadisha. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know.
But remember, back in the days, them they was giving birth to multiple at a time. Cause
Listen, like
they
my
having like 13
grandmother was
and some 12
like
kids, mama and daddy together.
30
That's
kids.
a lot. She still got her uterus.
Actually, Sean.
That's a lot of. Look, she got me like this.
Like,
For real, like, Fanshaw, can you please clarify if that's 30 siblings or just 30 people in the family or in your household? Because my heart just dropped, and I'm pretty sure everybody else did too. So just let us know.
Because if not, because Papa's the Rolling Stone.
No, honestly, my dad got about 30 kids too, so it's different for the men, but for women,
So then it could be it may not be the mama, because it could be the Papa. Papa was the Rolling Stone. That's a lot. Can you imagine Christmas?
I don't want to be involved
every year. So I can't imagine having a Christmas tree with 30 kids. Like that's like 5 trees in the same house.
Right. Please give us, fixes for us, because we going crazy on this one.
For real. Please let us know. But as far as relationships with our men folk, I guess, or women folk, however you like it.
right.
I have nothing.
You know what? We're not gonna do this. Let's get into this. Okay, first of all, I know that growing up affected my male relationships because of the people that I used to attract. I won't talk about now because I've grown and my attractions is different. But the people that I used to attract, what they call it, when you attract the same kind of man over and over and over and over and over, right? So, and when I in breaking that pattern is when I got to know me. That's when I started to break that pattern. When I started to realize certain things, like what do I like to watch on TV? What's my favorite food? Those things I lost.
Yeah.
Dating people and being in relationships, and I just lost me. Like, what hairstyles do I like on me? What kind of earrings do I like? Not what he likes to see me in, or what the other person likes, or just getting dressed for me. Wearing what I like to wear, what colors I like to wear. What is my favorite color? Like besides pink? Come on now. Just getting to know yourself. I started to attract a different element of men because now I know what I like. And once you start to know the little things you like, you start to know the bigger things you like. Like when you see a man, what you like, what he said, see, you gonna know, because you're gonna be like, oh, I don't like that.
Right.
We ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard thing to do, but it just starts off with you getting to know yourself.
Absolutely. But what happens when you took so much time trying to be a certain person in your childhood and your adulthood, and when you become an adult for real, it's like, okay, I have to get to know myself for real this time, because the person who I thought I was, it wasn't real. It wasn't the real me. So now, how do you handle being the real you in a relationship that you was in where the person saw somebody else?
So that becomes on the other person. Are they willing to go through that journey with you? Do they love you enough to go through the transition with you? Now, I'm not giving advice. I'm just talking about what I've seen and what I've been through. Some experiences that I've seen is that because in a relationship, you're not gonna stay the same. The whole entire relationship, you are evolving as a woman. And if it's a good relationship, then that means you're evolving in a good way. You like a flower. You're opening up. Things is changing. They call it turning you out. That's what they call it. But not in that kind of way. But this is PG-13. So I mean, a man can actually bring certain things.
Face right now.
So for me, it's like this, right? If that person is willing, and you gotta be open with them, you gotta tell them, look,
Yeah.
I'm feeling a certain way and I feel like I need to change some things about me. Are you willing to go through this change with me? Are you willing to watch me change and blossom into the person that I want to be? And if that man is willing to do those things with you, it should work out okay. Now, don't think it's going to be all flowers. It's not about to be all super flowers and dandelions all over the place. That's a hard thing. And even when that person tells you, yeah, I'm going to stick through, no, it's going to be some tough stuff, but if y'all make it through that tough stuff, there is a good side on the other side of that. Those 50-year relationships you see where they was together in high school and now they still together and they about to die together. Those things are real, ladies. Those are real.
Are they?
No,
Is it
but
really
how about you've been through the bad relationship? Think about this. You've been through the bad relationship. You thought you found the right one. You gave them your all to where you drained your own self and had to just cut ties your own self. And then in the process of you cutting ties, like you said, you get to learn yourself, know more about yourself. You get to grow and evolve and know what you're looking for in a person that you want to be your significant other.
Right.
Speak for myself. I like playing with shenanigans. I'm with the shenanigans all together. I don't care. Lalithia knows. All day I'm with the shenanigans. And my latest shenanigans actually brought on a good guy, which is really weird. And I'm to the point like, is this real? Should I trust what he say? Because of all the past stuff that I've been through, I'm like, nah, let me just end it and break up with him before he break up with me and hurt me. And then here goes my big sister in my ear, like, why don't you try it? You never know. Just remember, the men that you dealt with in the past do not. Yes, he's not them. Don't make him pay for the mistakes everybody else made.
Right.
So I'm to the point now. I'm like, okay, let me see what it goes. I'm trying something different, very out of my element. Lalithia knows this already. Completely out of my element. And so far, I'm like, okay, I kind of like this guy.
So it's all about vulnerability.
He came around for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's all about being vulnerable. Like, letting him come around for Thanksgiving.
Allowing
yourself. It really is.
But after you've been hurt for so much, and you've gone through so much, it's very hard for us to become vulnerable again, and again, and again.
Right.
But it's always us.
Because I keep saying I got one good relationship, but then I'm done.
Right. Like, how many times am I going to have to become vulnerable in the same situation?
Okay, so this is the thing, right?
Listen, I cracked the joke. I say, listen, I got one good relationship, but then I'm turning a lesbian. And then I said, nah, I'm joking. Listen, if it happens, I'm not saying, I'm not becoming a lesbian. Let me clear that up. No. That's not my style.
Look at your name.
But it's just, but it's just that, like, I don't know. You don't know how much your heart can take anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not literally like, oh, I'm being vulnerable. It's just more of, what else can my heart take?
Yeah.
Before my heart want to give out on me completely.
And at that point, you got to take care of you. Like, it's okay. Listen, y'all already know how I am. Like, you got to love you. Like, if you got to take care of you before you can actually become vulnerable to anything or anybody.
Right.
You have to do first, because if you're not vulnerable to yourself, it's not real. In my opinion.
Yeah.
If you're trying to be vulnerable to somebody else and not vulnerable to yourself, it's not real. How about you take care of you? Y'all know I love a good going out to eat by myself. I love going to the mall by myself. I love chilling, but I like to be by myself. because I'm comfortable with myself. I can sit in a room alone and quiet and it don't bother me. People can't do that. People can't sit alone in a quiet room. To me, that's normal. That should be. You should be okay with your
It's
own thoughts.
comfortable.
You should be okay with your own thoughts in your own space. Y'all know I love to sit in my car and just sit and just think. And while I'm thinking, I'm planning, I'm writing, I'm just doing my thing. But people can't sit in their own
I do the
space
same
by
thing. I got like 3
themselves.
journals.
So what about that? What about the fact that you're okay with that and but your partner can't do it? Your partner can't be by themselves. What if that's the case? When you're in a situation where you're okay with being alone,
what
you're
he
okay
did was
with needing space,
he
but
made
you become smothered because they can't be alone.
Yeah, that's an issue. Because I need my time to think. Because if I can't, like Lisa said, my thinking time, I can sit right in my room. My Christmas nails did last night. I can sit here, look at my big mirror, do my hair. I lay in my bed watching. I'm reading a book. It's just, and it's like as long as it's quiet, awesome.
Tanika, what you dealing with? You know you can't say stuff
I
like that
can't.
on the
Don't
live.
leave Nook alone.
Who
Leave
bothering
Nook
you?
alone. Leave her alone.
Who bothering
Leave her
you?
alone. Leave her alone.
I want to know who's who. Who is it? Shoot.
It's nobody. Leave her alone.
All right.
She'll tell you when she's ready.
I'm gonna leave it alone. But let me know because I'll talk to them.
Shoot. She has to go in on
I'll
her.
talk
She
to
not
them.
be here to defend herself.
No, but no, that's a real thing because a lot of to some extent, like some relationships, some guys will smother their woman to where like if she's alone, he'll start thinking she cheating, and he'll go crazy, trying to like start abusing her because he can't be alone because he's afraid
But
Because she
that
got to go
what's
sit
going to
next to the
happen.
box.
but you
And
also
that
have to
turns
think
into
of at the
an
same time when it
abusive
comes to that,
relationship.
I'm down
when
here
it comes to that,
sitting
it's
on the
because of
racks.
what he went through in his past. So for him to be smothering and can't be alone is whoever he dealt with prior before you or in the past did something for his insecurities were like, I need to be under her to know that she's not cheating on me. I need to be under her to see what she's doing. So
Yeah,
again, it goes both ways. We go through, they go through at the same time. So it gets to the point you be like, who hurt you? And then but who hurt you too?
yeah,
And it gets to the point, okay, that it goes to we gotta probably build each other up together.
yeah.
You be my
Definitely,
backbone, I be your backbone. You got me, I got you.
definitely.
Oh,
And that's how you build relationship, though. That's how the relationship, like, and again, back to what I said initially, being vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable with yourself, but just as much as we have to be vulnerable, they have to be vulnerable with themselves as well. And I feel like some men just don't like to be in tune with themselves. They don't like to have that time where it's just with them and getting to know who they are. A lot of men
Oh,
don't find out who they
I
are
was
until
gonna
they're
say,
in a relationship.
that my boyfriend made me an office because he likes to be alone and I don't.
why get married and have a significant other if you don't want them if you don't want to be
And
alone?
that's I be
It's not
saying
about
that
not
too.
wanting to be around them. But it's not about not wanting to be
It's
around
not
them.
the point that you don't be around them. It's the point that sometimes you just need your me time.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have moments like I need my me time or he needs his me time. Let me get my
Exactly.
me
Latoya,
time because
I'm with you.
he may
I
not
was
know what I'm
like,
going through because I'm going through something and I want to put the burden on him. So let me just clear my head and my space before I get
Listen,
to him and then I
everybody
explain
needs
to him
their
what I'm
own
going through.
space.
that's not
Everybody needs, because
true.
then if you are around each other 24/7, it
That's not
becomes
true.
a little bit
That's true for
too
you. That's not
much.
true for everybody.
Listen,
Yeah.
I hate
everybody,
being alone. No, I
that's a
literally
problem.
right.
That's a problem.
But I'm not saying that it's not. But it's
But
more
that's what I'm
comfortable.
saying. everybody needs to have their own space and time for themselves. If you don't take time for yourself, you're neglecting you.
Okay, so Lalithia, but that's an opinion. That's not how you, because I don't feel that way. Okay.
So you don't feel like you don't feel like that. See, there it is right there. You just said it. You're afraid.
Listen, but I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because, like we said, relationships from when we grow up. So there's things that I haven't gotten over, but I believe that my significant other should understand those things and help me work through them, not just completely shut me out.
You missed when we just said that. We just
Oh yeah, I
said
missed
that.
that part. I'm sorry, honey.
I don't think
You
that they
really
should.
did, because I said sometimes you could.
That's not their
You don't
responsibility.
think should what?
No, he made me an office. He
That's
made
not
me
their,
my own
no.
office.
If they choose to, that's one
So,
thing. It's not their responsibility to help you through anything. That's what they choose to do.
If we're married, it is.
But then that's different. We're saying significant other. We're not saying husband or wife.
Oh, okay, that's
If
different.
you're talking about marriage, and that's different. That's a whole other board.
Because Latoya said in the comments that if you're married, if you want to be alone, why get married? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was
commenting. Well, I can answer that. I'm
married a significant other.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because when you're married, you're with this person 24/7. It's different when you have a significant other, your boyfriend and girlfriend. You're not living together. When you're in the same quarters and this 24/7 in the same quarters, somebody's gonna go crazy in the same quarters for 24/7, especially if it's just you and them. Hello.
Nah,
with my husband, it was all good in the beginning, but then eventually I was like, all right, I'm going crazy. I need my car. I need to sit in my car and get my head together.
What about if you and the person both work? You both work and you both have children.
Then that's different. And no, not even. I still say to some extent, because you're responsible for your husband, your children, your home. What about you? Who's gonna take care of you?
But what if taking care of yourself involves you being around another person?
How is that?
Why? Because that's how I feel self-care feels. That's what it looks like to me.
Explain. Like,
because
what do you mean by?
Because self-care does not have to be by yourself. I can self-care.
No, self-care. I have self-care with Monique all the time. We out.
Right. This is what I'm saying, Lee. Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right. Long as we all on the same page.
You don't have to be by yourself to self-care now.
Right.
I'm saying is I like to be by myself, but I like to be with my girls too. I like to be with my siblings too. I ain't always gotta be around my man all the time, but I do need that time to where it's just like, okay, listen, because you gotta let your hair down, you gotta breathe. You can't always be on mommy mode. You can't always be on wife mode. Be on Shadina mode.
Well, my mode is what I do. That's the mode I want.
Right.
Enjoy that. Enjoy that mood 24/7. Not I.
But you can't bring your past into your future. That happens with a lot of relationships. You're concerned about what she did or he did, but you can't move forward, which is very true. You can't. What happened in your past is what happened in your past. Granted, sometimes it's hard to let it go because of what you've been through, but you can't never heal from what you've been through until you go through it yourself. You have to deal with that situation. You have to deal with, and it's not like he has to deal with it or she has to deal with it. You have to deal with it. Maybe it comes to whatever happened in your past where you feel like you can't let go of, or you can't be by yourself because of what happened. You may need to talk to that person, even if it's hard. Sometimes talking can't do. Write a letter and say something to them and send it to them.
I'm working through stuff. That's why I'm talking about it now, and that's why we have.
Yeah, and it's a process. You have.
It's a process. So, like, if a person, and like you said, it's not their responsibility. It's not their responsibility. But also, if I love you, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna work it through with you, or I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna step back and allow you to work through it.
That's a big if.
Right? Yes, it is a big if, because everybody ain't built for a certain type of person.
Exactly.
Like you said, You can't be with a clingy person because you like to be alone sometimes. And
Listen.
I can't be with a person that want to be alone all the time because I'm clingy. So there's,
Okay, so there it goes. That's why you can't be
take
alone.
me as I
You're
am.
clingy.
Yes, take me as I am. I want
That's it, and that's all, honey.
That's so.
That's it, and that's all, honey.
For us to work. That's right. I'm not gonna surrender myself for us to work. I'ma still be me. You know when we met. Yep, you knew it when we met. What you was getting into. If you ain't want to go through the struggles, you knew I had some baggage.
No, that's the truth. But see, that's not the case for everybody.
Wait, so is he still with you during your baggage? He still with you?
I was like, listen, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what I can take, this is what I can't. I was very upfront. So at the end, I was like, listen, this is
if you
this
do
is
something wrong,
I was in the beginning. So I didn't switch up.
Right. But that's what they say up and down in relationships. That's why they say relationships is in and out, up and down, happy, sad.
Yeah.
It's a roller coaster.
And that's the beautiful thing about it, though, because although
you see, Latoya, if you can't take clean, you get out of a relationship.
Yeah, stop.
You know what?
Listen.
I do believe.
Yo, my mom is out of control right now.
Listen, I have nothing to say because
relationship is two people.
It is but it's always up and down. But that's what makes it beautiful because
it does.
You go through the up and down. You go through the. It's like a seesaw. I've never experienced a relationship where it was just smooth sailings. Not even with friendships or sisterships. Like me and Shadina's been sisters
for years,
over 20 years, and we've had. We've had.
Well, over that.
We've had.
We still have.
Yeah.
Listen, we be on here like we talk every day. I haven't talked to this girl. I don't know what she's doing over there. She in school. She married. She got a doggy. I'm trying to keep her with Mooch. I'm trying to make sure I watch her grow up. Before I miss something. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the beautiful thing about it, though, because you're going through it, but you're going through it together. And as long as you have your sisters, your bros, your food, your family,
that part, right?
You rocking it out.
Can I say something? I get that part. You doing that, you rocking it out, he's being there for you for what you're going through and what you're being. But at the same time, how are you allowing him to be what he's supposed to be to you and what you're supposed to be to him?
That's between
by allowing each other to grow, by giving each other room to grow.
But how
and that's
are you?
What Lethea was saying. Give people space to grow.
Giving each other room to grow.
Mm-hmm.
But how is the room?
Melissa,
if you still got things from your past that you're holding on to.
No, you can. You can. You know how?
What?
One day at a time. It don't happen overnight. It ain't no instant.
It doesn't happen, which is very true. It doesn't happen overnight. But when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna get to the point that I'm gonna allow you to do what you need to do for me and me to do for you?
Hold on, sis. Nah.
It's a natural
No, honestly, I agree with Shadina. Like whenever you're ready, but it's gonna be a mutual thing.
It is
it's
natural.
Not gonna be like,
You're not even gonna talk about it. It's gonna just happen, and that's the beauty of love. That's one thing about love that's very special. Certain things are unsaid. It naturally happens, and when it naturally happens, it's special. It's so special because then you turn around and you look. Oh my God, how did we get here?
Yeah.
Oh, this is what it is. Now he on his knees and you don't know why. You still
like
this. Like you in shock, like it ain't been happening. It's been happening the whole time. You know what I'm saying? It's been happening.
You just dropped that I love you and not even realize. And I was like, oh snap, I love you.
Wait, hold on, I said it back.
Right.
You be hitting yourself like
right. Because it comes natural. Like you're not forcing it. You're not forcing it. But also, in not forcing it, when you get to that place where it's like, listen, this is us, and we're gonna ride this out. You gotta know how he is, if he's that type of person, if that likes to be alone. That's getting to know each other, though.
Yeah.
That's in that dating phase where you're getting to know each other. Like, what do you like? Do you like to be alone? Do you like your alone time? I like this. I
But
like that.
just remember,
That's in that dating phase
things
where you're
change,
right.
ups and
And
downs.
but see, that's as the relationship grows. You're supposed to grow with the relationship.
Yes.
You don't want to be married for 8 years and the person who you married in 2010 and 2018 is the same damn person. Like something's wrong.
You both
Which
need
Like,
is
work.
very true.
but see, that not only is something wrong with that
Very
person
true.
or that relationship, but one of the other something is wrong with one of the persons in the relationship. It has to grow in order for a relationship to grow. The people that's in it has to grow as well. So if your relationship is stagnant, then somebody in your relationship, one or the other, if not both, is stagnant. And then you have to have that conversation. What's going on with us? What's going on with us? And then that comes up with, okay, so this is going on with me. Let me talk about what's going on with me. Those conversations has to happen because if
Yeah.
not, there's going to be any
Wait, Lee.
growth.
It's true.
Lee, I got somebody on here talking about how best friend relationships get strained like that too. Like when your best friend, you tell her like, look, I need some space. Look, yeah, she did. She said it. So she was saying how it's not just man and wife. It's also best friends. Like
Or
sometimes,
that.
like I need some space for my girlfriends too. And we do it amongst each other. Like I know me personally, I just won't answer my phone.
25 years.
That's a long time. Lee,
Mm.
I've been around for that long.
She was
Sean,
finally upset about us, and I had to fall back. And she cussed me out, blasting her face. The Lord, they was going to be a slow singing if I was bringing when it went
Girl,
through
we
that
on our
part.
knees. You gonna be on
Wow.
in our prayer circle. You gonna
Sean.
woo, girl.
Listen, no, for real. I wasn't in a friendship relationship with somebody that long, but I was like my grandmother. There was this lady that I was close to when I was younger, and my grandma used to say, "Listen, you too close to this lady. You too close to her. Like, what's going on here?" And I was like, "What? Nothing. That's my big sister." Like, I don't have a sister. I need a big sister. She was like, nah, I don't like that. You too close. You too clingy. You too clingy. And I had to like be like, oh snap, maybe I am too clingy. Because I didn't have that. I didn't have a mom. I didn't have a big sister. So I latched on to the very person who became my mom and my sister, who I literally just met. Like I literally moved out of my home to live with this person because she became like a mom and a sister to me. And then she just cut me loose and I was by myself again. So
I had that.
uh, so no,
I had that.
like people do tend to think one way when it's not necessarily that way. But for you to be that close to a person for 25 years and then they get mad because you need space, this person should know you well enough to see, okay, maybe she's going or dealing with something in her life that I can't go through with her. There
That's
are gonna
right.
be, like, we've been friends for God knows how long, but there's some things that Shadina went through I wasn't there for. And this been over 25 years because we like in our mid-30s now.
I be listening to her talk in Sisters Code, and I be like, what?
Yeah, there's things that I don't know that she went through and things that she don't know that I went through. But listen,
We're best friends. You
listen,
can't tell us. You can't tell us that. You can't tell us we're
but
not
there's
best
gonna
friends.
that it happens. So if she gets mad at the fact that you need space, she needs to calm down because like there's
Ooh,
nothing wrong with
Lethea, we
space.
can't say people need to calm down.
She needs to
Okay.
calm down.
Lee, we gotta be nice. Remember? Remember?
She about to go into that.
See, thank you.
She said Lee told you are a mad real sis. Yeah, I mean you gotta keep it 100. You gotta keep it 100.
No, but in all honesty,
I don't
like
want to scare.
if
I
you
don't want
need
to
to
scare the other
live and have
people.
your moment, they should be okay. Like I don't see that this shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Me and Latonia, we've had moments where she was going through her thing and I was going through mine, and we
Wait,
didn't.
let me tell you somebody on the other end. So my girlfriends went out. They took their family and they went out. They took a little vacation, and I got mad. I was like, oh, these bitches, oh, they just, I can't go.
Okay.
Ain't nobody invite me either. I was upset. I was in my feelings.
Why?
And I text them because I'm sensitive. And you know me, Lee. I'm sensitive about stupid stuff. I get real in my feelings. And I had to check my own self. Like, yo, why you always be crying about because you a cancer? That don't mean nothing. But, I had to check myself. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what that friend got to do. Check herself. No, honestly, because you can't possibly tell me we've been friends for over 25 years and you just can't accept the fact that I need a moment. There's nothing wrong with having a moment. Let me have my moment. Let me breathe. Maybe I need to breathe from you
Nothing
for
wrong
a
with that.
while.
No, they say that I don't answer my phone. No, I be staring at the phone calls. Like,
All right, goodbye.
I really don't only because sometimes
Where's our guest at?
No, I thought I was clingy, but I'm really not. I really be
She
being
just would
sweet
have guessed
sometimes.
that.
I just thought about
The
it.
guest probably enjoying this and like, why do I need to join in?
Yeah, where's my guest at
The
though?
guest probably learning from this.
Where's Michael Ingram? Where's she at? I didn't see her yet.
Oh, she didn't even answer the inbox. Oh, we're not supposed to be talking about. Come on, Lee. Let's keep it professional. We're not calling out names.
I think we've been past professional on him.
No, she know what I'm talking about.
This is SisterCode. Listen. This is SisterCode, okay?
Right.
Nah.
Hey, Sean, you need to join our SisterCode conversations on Saturdays because
every other
honestly,
Saturday.
we have conversations like these, but at the end of it, I promise you, like you're gonna feel so like empowered. We go through literally every conversation you can think of.
If you want to come on SisterCode and you have a topic because we tired of inviting people to our stuff. So if you want to be a speaker, come to us. Come to us and tell us that you I don't care if you knit like this and you want to teach us how to knit like this. Come teach us. Come do a class for us. Come do a Zoom with us. We're always welcoming new ideas, new conversations, things that you might want to talk about. We got depression going on. We got suicide going on. We got black on. We got the crime going on with people killing police officers. We got all kinds of things going on in our society. And then we're trying to build each other up so we can be stronger for ourselves and our sisterhood. We want to stay connected and we want to give our resources. So anybody that have any type of resources, you know how to reach us. We're all on Facebook. You have our names. We're all on Facebook. You can inbox us. Lethea, I'm sure Lethea has an email for my sister's keeper.
Yeah, admin is not up here, but I'll put it up here. Admin
so you can reach us. But the best way to reach us is personally. Inbox us. Let us know what you want to do. We are always open to ideas. We need speakers, people to come in that are specialists at something, right? Everybody is special at something. I don't care if you got the gift of gab and you just want to come on. Or we could take your ideas and just have a testimony day where we just come on and everybody just tell their testimonies. We're open to everyone's ideas. We always need new things to talk about and new people to talk because I talk a lot. Lethea talk a lot. Latonia talk a lot. Melissa talks a lot. And we can over talk some people. We want some people that like to talk like us. So if y'all want to join the group or join the team, let us know. We gonna take everybody that joined today. We'll try to take your name down.
Or if you want to inbox us and leave your email address, so you can be on our emailing list. So you can email us at admin@MskAsPromise. And
Antonetta added it to the chat. She added it. Antonetta put it up there.
You can send us an email. Check out our website. We have a lot of things going on. The SisterCode I thoroughly enjoy. We also have outings that we do. Sister to sister outings. Where we get together just with the girls and just have a good time. were supposed to have a weekend this month, but we didn't do it this month. But we try to do things like every other month, if not every 2 months, to keep the sisterhood going and keeping everybody connected and together and just empowered, because we go through things in life, and a lot of times a lot of people don't have people like how we do. So we like that person. We're that person for that person who doesn't have anybody. That's what we are. That's who we're the ones who goes to the people who nobody wants to deal with, and we bring them in, because I don't feel
look at
out.
Go ahead, Toy.
So remember when we did the thing with the girl from Chanel.
I knew where you was going on.
I spoke to her, right? So she's back home in the Bahamas. Yeah, she's back home in the Bahamas. The boyfriend had found her. But
so let me give a backstory. This is a young lady that when we did our
outreach
chat
program,
my sister's keeper did a chat and shoot with a couple of other organizations, and we met this young lady that was literally in a shelter because she came to America and got locked up, and went through this whole thing because her boyfriend sent her to America with this package, and it was just a whole story. And she got in trouble for it. And she ended up in the shelter until they was able to send her back home. So go ahead.
They sent her back home. Good news. Good report. He found her. He said he apologized. Was like, I never wanted to do anything like that to you. Left her alone because she thought once she stepped foot back in, I don't think she was gonna die. He left her alone.
Bye, y'all. Sorry, go ahead.
But she got herself together, gotten back in contact with her kids, doing good with her mom. Found love again and is engaged to get married.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
I love that. That's
yep.
And this young lady, I gave to Monique to keep.
I don't know why.
Because Monique is just that person that people just like gravitates to, and she took a liking to her to the point to where Monique brought her to church. She enjoyed the church services, and she became like family to some extent. Like everybody was sad that she had to leave, but that's what we do. This young lady, and there was a whole bunch of ladies there, but this particular young lady, there was a need, and she gravitated to us. And we sat at that table and talked for hours, and then we told her she dropped her off at everything, and we told her who we were and what we did, and she was like, "Yeah, I love that." And we was like,
tried to throw her on the church we was at. She's like, "No, I want to go where you guys are going."
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's good. I mean, we have a lot of young ladies who, great examples of what it is that we do and how we are. And I'm very appreciative of the fact that Monique actually went and, because she don't really like to step out of her comfort zone to grab people and hold them. She like to, oh yeah, I'm like, no, but she don't like to be responsible for anybody, besides her family.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
But welcome to my sister's keeper.
Oh yeah, my sister's keeper is a lot of work for you, me, and everyone else.
Right.
I just want to give my.
You see my face, right?
Because I have to get off of live right now. So I'm just gonna give my closing, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that joined from Philadelphia. I am also available if you need to get in touch with me. Just please inbox me, and also email Alethea, and I will be posting on my page our next events. Sure, Alethea is gonna go over them once I leave. But I'm just so thankful for my sister's keeper. It's giving me hope, and it's giving me dream, and it's giving me a vision. Thank you, Alethea, for having me on tonight. I love you, Latonya.
I love you.
I will see you guys later.
I love you too, Paula. We have a guest that's about to join us in, she said, about 5 minutes. This guest is actually my sister. like my blood sister, and she is a therapist. So she's about to get on. She just messaged me in about 5 minutes, so she's gonna jump on really quick. We're gonna talk about anxiety and depression. This is a serious topic because we're losing a lot of people due to depression. We're losing a lot of people due to anxiety and the cause, especially going through COVID, going through what the world is experiencing right now. A lot of people really just can't handle it. So she's about to jump on. We're gonna talk about that for a little bit. But yeah, this is our sister code. This is how we are, like in our chats, in our Zoom. This is really what it is. And we all get off feeling like we can take on anything. And that's what I love about it, because at the end of our calls, it's just like, yes, like I have a sisterhood. Yes, I love this. Yes, I can't wait for the next one. Like we're always excited. We're always like, yes, what's next? Like who we're gonna bring in next? What are we gonna conquer tomorrow? It's really exciting to
Right.
have that kind of that kind of energy, because not a lot of people have that. And Tamisha, one of the guests that we had, I believe in November, she did her sister code, and she's been coming on every time ever since because she enjoyed the space. She was like, listen, this is like the first place I can actually say that I can be me. This woman is in her 40s. We have had a couple of women that comes on in their 40s and was like, I wish this we was able to have this when we were younger, because we didn't have things like this. So I'm grateful, and here she is, my sister. I'm grateful to have created a platform for even women that are in their 40s, and hopefully, as it grows, when older women will be able to come on, because I keep hearing this is something that we did not have when we were growing up. Hey, sis.
Hello, how are y'all?
Good. How are you?
I won't complain. I won't complain.
Guys, this is my real sister, like my real blood sister. Okay,
Can you tell?
she is in North Carolina. Right? Don't we look alike?
Yes. The cheeks.
In North Carolina, she's gonna introduce herself. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm on, huh? That's my cue. My name is Naisha Diggs. I do live in North Carolina. I live south of Wilmington, North Carolina, Port City. I am a licensed clinical mental health counselor in the state of North Carolina. I work at a community nonprofit, but I also have my own private practice called Essential Connections Consulting and Wellness Services. And I'm also a life coach specializing in vision boards and visionary activities. So that is my introduction.
Yes. So we're talking about, at this point, anxiety and depression, dealing with, especially the season that we're in right now with COVID, but also, and dealing with the holiday. We're in the holiday season, and a lot of people right now are just like, especially right now, COVID and
Right.
the holidays is just like, okay, seriously,
It's enough.
You're
seriously.
right.
Like,
You're
am I
right.
gonna have to deal with anything more? Like, this is just out of control. I can't feed my kids. I can't get
Right.
gifts. I can't pay my bills. I have COVID-19. I can't go to work. Like, how do we move forward, or how do we even know that we have that we're
Mhm.
depressed, or that we having, because I know I'm a person, I struggle with anxiety. I don't struggle with depression, but anxiety is a big thing for me.
Yes.
I'm a perfectionist. So like, if things aren't going the way that I want them to go, how I'm expecting them to go, I'm going nuts. I'm spazzing out. I have panic attacks. I'm just like all over the place. So,
Hmm.
in your opinion, how could people in this season, handle or maintain their sanity?
Well, that is a great question that cannot be answered in a couple minutes, but I'm going to
That's
try my
true.
best to dive into it. And you brought up a couple good things. Yes, COVID-19, this pandemic has thrown the entire world upside down. So one of the things that I'm encouraging people to do and I do it myself, is to get them to a place where they could be in the here and now. I call it the cloud of anxiety. Once you start second guessing everything and what if, what if, what if, what if, it's the cloud of what if, then you're probably leading towards the cloud of anxiety, where there's nothing, it's so uncertain, there's nothing that's going to fulfill that, and you're going to continue in that cycle. So becoming present in the here and now. Now, becoming present doesn't mean, oh gosh, I got to sit here and think about COVID all day and all night. No. What it means is knowing where you are within your space, in your four walls, getting yourself grounded. That's actually what it's called. And also learning and knowing when to unplug. We are exposed with COVID 24/7. You turn one channel COVID on, there you go on social media. My uncle just passed away from COVID. You turn on whatever, it's everywhere. So you have to learn when to turn your phone off. And when I say off, I mean literally off, because you get notifications from Google. You'll get notifications from your news. You get notifications. Even the Weather Channel app got a COVID exposure section. So you have to literally unplug from that and get into your safe space, get into the safe space with your family and your friends to tap into that resiliency. So what has happened is that COVID-19 is a traumatic experience. This is going down in the history books. We are living history right now. I would equate this to there's several things we've gone through in the last 20 years, but to this magnitude since 1918 when the Spanish flu hit, that was a devastating pandemic. This is 100 years ago.
Yeah.
People in our lifetime have not experienced this. So we are all experiencing a traumatic experience. Me, you, everyone in this world. So it's recognizing that trauma for what it is and that we're still living it. A lot of the times I can't make a diagnosis for adjustment disorder until 6 months have passed. So you're exposed to a stressor, and in 6 months they're saying your symptoms such as sleeplessness, irritability, real struggles with transitioning, some symptoms of depression that are results of this stressing traumatic event occurring has to subside within 6 months. Well, the thing is, we've been in this for 9 months now. I think it actually might be longer than 9 months at this point.
It's longer than 9 months. It's much longer because if you think about it, it started last year, basically around this time.
Right, when we started first getting the news out of Asia. So you are exactly right. So and it hasn't stopped. So really being in finding your safe space, becoming here, like come here to the present today.
But that's hard.
That is very difficult
hard because even if you said with your family and your friends, granted, that's my family, that's my friends. But then it gets to who have they been around? And those people they've been around and they have been exposed. And then you're going to like, oh my God, am I going to get it? Am I next? Is that person okay? Don't come next to me. And then that's where the anxiety happens, because it happened to me. When this first started happening, I was like, okay, I'm driving my car to work. And then I realized that driving was costing me $480 a month for parking. Yes, I see that. Ooh, yes, I was like, I do a lot with $480. I got on the train and I thought I was literally going to pass out. Mind you, it was probably like 5 people on the train. But it's the fact that I'm in a closed space. The doors are closed. There's nowhere breathing. I still had my mask on. I'm like, oh my God, I could not breathe because I'm like, all right, I'm having a panic attack. My anxiety is kicking in. I don't know if I'm going to make it off this train. I had text one of my friends because I'm like, thank God that service is working under the tunnels now. And she's like, calm down, take deep breaths, read a book. I said, no, I'm going to get sick. I'm going to die. I'm touching all of this stuff. So it's hard to try to take that safe space, because right now, the way things are, it's literally no safe space.
Well, it's all in the context of how you're looking at it. So when I'm saying seeking your safe space is finding that space for you, not everybody else. That's for you. It could be the bathroom, it could be the closet, it could be your bedroom, it could be your car. A lot of times I sit in my car when I get home from work.
Sisters.
I don't want to walk through that door.
Y'all sisters. This car thing? Okay.
It's happening. It's But that's a place where I feel like I can collect myself and get myself together. Now, everything that I'm speaking about is a skill that has to be, I would say, has to be taught. But if anything, you have to accept it and use it. So Michael Jordan didn't start slamming on people left and right. He practiced. It
Right.
took practice. It took work. So yes, it's going to be hard because you're fighting against yourself.
Yeah.
You're fighting against your internal dialogue, which is that's a whole nother level right there. But seeking that safe space is really to get you to the here and now. No, you don't want to go around people. You want to be safe right now. I didn't even visit my grandma for Thanksgiving, and that's my everything. You understand what I'm saying?
My
But
grandfather
I actually
passed and
wanted
we
to
couldn't
keep
even
her
do
safe.
anything.
Right. We've had 2 deaths this year, un-COVID related, but it was like 2 big patriarchs of our family passed away, and we can't even all congregate.
Yeah.
It's been an experience,
Yeah.
but that means thinking outside of the box, utilizing Zoom. I've started seeing my siblings more now than I have in
Yeah.
years because we are utilizing virtual spaces now.
Mhm.
That is texting, that is calling, that is um I don't know who's sending letters these days, but that's still a thing.
Everybody
People
got
do
time
that.
to write now. We ain't
You
time to write.
have nothing but time. We in quarantine.
Right.
Hey,
So,
listen, I'm not sitting there writing you
Right.
a 3-page letter. Hey, how you doing? So
I
it
last
may
week
might be
email
happened
you
this.
therapeutic
though.
though.
We gonna email you though.
I can do an
Yes,
email,
you
but
can
I'm not sitting
email.
there
There we
writing.
go. Thinking
Right.
outside of the box. So definitely keeping that physical safe distance. But also when I say you need your family and friends and support, because that's where your resilience lie. That's where it lies when um you are faced with a trauma, but you still push through. How you
Yeah.
push through? Well, first you regulate your system. You let your body know, hey, I'm not in an immediate threat right now. I'm in the bathroom. I am okay. I am safe. No one is coming to harm me at this moment. And then, hey, ma, listen, I just want to hear your voice. Or hey, cuz, how you doing? That helps that fight, that inner fight for us to fight our fight or freeze response. So
Mm-hmm.
when we're mentioning things like anxiety exists in the area of the uncertain and unknown. It
Mhm.
is I am planning for next week. I'm thinking about next year. I'm thinking about who sister cousin somebody else is doing when we got to do this, and we got like it's always something going on. So racing thoughts is a symptom. Well, it could be considered a symptom of anxiety. It's also mind going blank. You might be in the middle of a sentence, and all of a sudden your thought leaves.
Yes.
You might go in the kitchen, and you know you was about to get a bottle of water until you got in the kitchen, and all of a sudden that thought leaves. So
I
mind
like.
going blank is a symptom of, and I'm talking generalized anxiety disorder. Increased irritability is actually a symptom of depression and anxiety. So if you snapping on people more often than you used to, then it may be time to have a reflection and see if there's something else going on.
Oh,
So
I
increased
gotta do that
irritability.
then.
Increased irritability, real talk.
I'm
Increased irritability, sleeplessness. One of the most vital questions that I ask in my assessment phase is sleep. What are your sleep patterns like? People with anxiety issues and depression issues reflect sleep issues. So anxiety is more like you can't go to sleep because your mind won't turn off. You going to sleep 3, 4 o'clock at night, and you just passing out because you remember thinking about everybody and everything before you went to sleep, and then
Mhm.
you pop up like, oh gosh, there's so much I gotta do. I gotta go. I gotta go. That's issues with sleep with anxiety, issues with sleep with
Oh, I
depression
got
is
that.
looking.
You diagnosing me all together. You ain't get 6 months yet.
Call me, call me.
I, I
We
don't
can
know if
do
you pay
this.
my insurance, but you in North Carolina.
I'm saying, you know what? It is actually North Carolina's laws on practice and counseling are very strict. So you are correct about that. But call me anyway. We can work things out. But no,
Oh.
symptoms back to symptoms of depression. It's more or less you're either sleeping too much or you're not sleeping at all.
Mhm.
So you're having restless nights. When you sleep, you can't sleep, or you're sleeping for 12, 13 hours a day. You just can't, and you won't get out of bed. Another one of the symptoms of depression, and a diagnosable major depressive disorder type of depression, is losing interest in things that you used to have interest in at one time. So let's say one of the things you used to like to do was getting up and crocheting every morning at 9 o'clock. And for the last 2 weeks, you have not gotten up to crochet that blanket, and you feel guilty when you walk by it, but you just don't have the motivation. You just
Yeah.
don't know what it is. You just can't do it. You are losing interest in things that you used to have interest in before. Um, Also, changes in eating patterns. That is actually a big one right now. We gaining weight in COVID-19. That's a
Honey,
You
fact.
want to know something?
I'm lost, but I'm saying.
With the
Uh,
eating thing, I like
mhm.
real talk. I hardly eat sometimes.
So, with the eating situation, when it comes to symptoms of depression, possibly not saying that's what you have, but it
Now
kind of
you
put
hadn't
put me back
diagnosed me yet,
here.
right?
It's,
I don't. That's I listen. I'm getting
yeah,
myself in it down, so I don't have to
I hear
complain though.
you. And listen, this information is out there. You just want to make sure it's coming from a valuable source.
yeah.
Right now,
So
you
either you're
valuable,
eating too
so
much,
it's
or
coming
you're
from a good
not
source.
eating enough, or you're not eating at all. That could definitely be a
Not
sign that you
mine
could
is
be
not
depressed.
enough. Sometimes I can probably do eat one time a day or maybe twice, and that's it.
Yes. Yes. Now, and it's in a like a couple of these things have to be happening at one time for us
At
to
one
say,
time.
okay, this looks like depression, right? Um, I say it's the obvious, because if you're definitely having thoughts to hurt yourself or hurt someone else, that is a sign that you could be in the space of depression and experiencing what we
Oh, I
call
don't.
suicidal and homicidal ideation. And so when that happens, you have to definitely reach out. There's different crisis numbers nationwide. 741-741 is a text crisis line where you don't have to talk to anybody. Like, you just
Wow.
text, I'm having
741
problems, and
741.
741-741. It's provided through the National Alliance of Mental Illness. That's NAMI. So that is a nationwide crisis response number. And also, the National Suicide Hotline is 1-800-273-TALK. So you can call that 24/7. Those are available. And then also get yourself assessed by a therapist. So those are just a couple. There's some other things that have to be going on. You can't just come to me and say, I'm not eating, I'm sleeping too much, and I don't like crocheting no more. Like, I'm not, because I'll be like, maybe you like, maybe it's other things. Like, in order for me to make a mental health diagnosis, I have to rule out possible medical causes. So, have you checked your sugar?
No.
Have you checked your blood pressure? Have all of that happening? And yeah, I'm fine. I'm healthy. A lot of people with anxiety will go to the ER because they
Right.
feel like they're having a heart attack, and then the ER
Right.
is like, "But your heart fine. You might need to go see a therapist," and they'll send you a referral to go see somebody, because panic symptoms do mimic what some people say heart attack symptoms are. And there's levels to that. So that's just a quick cliff note version on how
Yeah.
and what and who. And we have to stay connected in this, y'all. My business is called Essential Connections because that has become an essential piece of survival. We have to
True.
depend on one another. We have to look to one another. We have to settle differences that we didn't have any intentions on settling right now, because life is short and we're being
Yeah.
reminded of that on a daily basis. So,
Every day.
really looking for that value. And when the sun is shining, that sun is really shining today in
Yeah.
that moment.
Yeah. So I was watching, which is funny because after I sent you the message this afternoon at 3 o'clock, I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw one of your videos
Yes,
of your
yes.
sorority. And I was like, exactly what I messaged you is exactly what you did 24 hours ago. So I was like, I didn't even see the video after, before I messaged you. I was like, wow, I literally just sent all of this to her. And she did this in a video yesterday. Like, this is amazing. So, yeah, I really wanted you on here because your videos are so inspiring. Like,
Thank you. Thank
she
you.
has a way to talk to people and make them feel so comfortable, like everything is going to be okay. That has to be the therapist in her.
It's
But
you know what? I'm a therapist by trade, but this is who I am.
right,
Part of my difficulty is that I really don't know how to turn it off. Like, I don't know how to be your best friend and not be that, because I
yeah,
became a I grew into being a therapist. I've always been who I am. And I have been through some things, y'all. I'm 39 years old and I've been through some things that I can look at you in your eye and wholeheartedly and strongly say, if I can make it through this, you can make it through this. Now, come on, let's do this.
Oh, I thought she was telling you to
I'm
come
gonna
on, get
grab your
my
hand
face
and we're gonna do this.
closer
I
so she can look
appreciate
into
about
my
that.
eyes.
So it's to check me out. Check out the videos. He said you connect
Yeah,
well
I'm
on
gonna
Facebook and
share them to
Instagram.
all of our group page and to our public.
Yes.
They're so inspirational. But before
And
we
I
go
do two
on,
sets. I do
I
two
want
sets.
you to do. I want
So
you right here.
so my sorority, I belong to Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Zeta Rosetta chapter, and they have asked me to conduct these videos based on Wellness Wednesday. And so this month, this is our kickoff month, and I chose to do the art of being well, where I dissect mental wellness, emotional wellness, physical wellness, and spiritual wellness. Um, to all have it connect to the overall individual. But then I do my little side videos where I'm just sitting in my car, like, I got something to tell y'all. Let me let me press play. The last video I did, I was sitting in the getting ready to get my son from school. He was getting ready to be released, and I was like, I just want to talk to somebody. Let me start this video, and give some inspiration, y'all. My head was hurting so bad, but I have a need, and that's my purpose. My purpose is to speak light in life. That's it.
I love it, and it does
Oh,
that. Like literally, like I can be having my because y'all know I have a moment all the time. But as soon as I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see one of her videos, I'm like, okay,
that is
because right,
awesome.
it's
Thank
like,
you.
all right, I have to get it together. Like,
Yeah.
let me gather myself. Now I'm empowered. I'm ready to just go.
Right.
So before
And
we
it's
get on,
hard.
give us
It's
some messages,
hard.
give us some encouragement, empower us. You can that breathing thing you did on that.
Oh
Oh
yes, yes,
my
yes. So let me bring that real quick. That is the quickest skill, and I teach that on day one. And it was taught to me. Actually, I utilize an app called Headspace. Headspace is one of them, but also YouTube. YouTube is a great um go to,
yes.
easy access, quick access. And all you're going to put in there is you can put anxiety reducing music, or you can put mindful meditation. I
Mm-hmm.
particularly am in love with mindful meditation. And what that is being in the here and now, bringing yourself. It's okay to have thoughts. It's about knowing what to do with them. So compartmentalizing your thoughts and actually being in your body, knowing where the pressure points are in your body when you're sitting down. But deep breathing is one of the ones that I do. There's different ways to deep breathe. So I am on no way saying this is the way you need to deep breathe. What I am saying though is the 4-6 method is something that I use, and I feel like at this point when I'm watching my video say breathe, I'm automatically going into a 4-6 deep breath because I'm training my body to do so.
Okay.
So what 4-6 deep breathing is, you're going to breathe in through your nostrils, count in your head 4 seconds. You're going to pause, slightly pause, and focus on that pause, and then breathe out for 6 seconds.
All right, Mo, come
Point
on.
is, you want to breathe in for a
Oh, I was
shorter
doing it
time than
already while
you
she
are
was
breathing
talking.
out. You were doing
But you
it,
want to know
right?
something? I really was. But you want to know something too? My mom, when I get all like, ugh, take a deep breath. She do me breathe in
Yes.
and then out your mouth. And she's like, do it 3 times. And she said, don't you feel better? Sometimes I'm
Yes.
like, no, just no. Like, no, that actually do help.
Yeah, that's a whole different reason right there. But see, what you're doing is you're breathing, inhaling, getting oxygen to your brain and to the other spaces in your body, and then releasing
Mm-hmm,
that carbon dioxide. I think that's the name of it. I'm not a scientist,
mm-hmm,
but you're breathing that out slowly. And here it is also simultaneously teaching you control. So when you are in a space where you feel like you are out of control and there's nothing around you that you can control, I'm here to tell you, baby, you can control your breath. You can control your 4 seconds in and your 6 seconds out and start looking at the world in a different way. So let's do it. Who's going to do it with me? Okay.
okay,
So, all right. We're going to do it 4 seconds in. Make sure you pause. 6 seconds out, slowly
okay.
breathing out. Okay. So you may have seen. When I tell you that thing feel good when you do
Wow, like my whole body.
it. When you learn how to deep breathe properly, and I'm not talking about no, I'm not talking about
That's
that.
what's
I'm
up.
talking about
I just felt the chill, like,
the
woo.
structure in it, your posture in it. It's like you are breathing in life and you're breathing out that discomfort and that pain and that hurt. Whatever you want to put attach to that exhale, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Make it real for you. Breathe
Yeah.
in prosperity and breathe out the struggle. You understand? Breathe in the power and breathe in the power, breathe out the lack of control. Because
Yeah.
the truth is we can't control any of this, but we can control how we're responding to it.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
only thing we can control. So
Love that.
4-6 deep breathing. It feels good.
Woo.
Yes.
I love it.
Mm.
So
Give us
thank
something to
you.
close out with. Give us some empowering words, something that we can take
Empowering
home
words.
for the
Gosh,
week
I'm so on
that
the spot. What am I going to say? I'm going to say, you know what? Everyone who's watching this and those who are going to watch, please understand that you are not alone in this. You're not alone in this fight. A lot of us and most of us are unsure and uncertain about what our futures are going to look like. But today, you are here. Today, you are standing on the backs of others. You are here for a purpose and you are here for a reason. So be in that moment. Open up your window and look at that sunshine and truly feel that heat as it comes through. I know it's cold up there, y'all. It's cold down here. But when that sun shines, it literally, that vitamin D feeds your body. One of the biggest things for somebody with depression is to get you some light in your system. Open up your blinds, get outside, absorb that vitamin D, and just know, reach out. No one can help if they don't know that you need help. Reach out to your friends. Reach out to a professional. Therapy's in right now. It's in, and I encourage it. And there are Black therapists out there. We're
yes.
out here and we're doing it and we're speaking to the traumas of our people and to the struggles that are happening in COVID with racial issues and social injustices. We're out here to be there for you. So reach out. You do not have to be at this alone. So thank you
True.
all for
I
having
love you
me.
so
Yes,
much.
the energy. I say often, my smile is my prayer. If I can't fathom the words to say when I want to give thanks, I smile.
Wow.
I smile. So y'all smile because y'all smile is changing a life today. I'm telling you, somebody.
I like smiling.
Yes, and right now, when suicide rates are at 11-13%, your smile could literally be changing a life that day. So pray, give an honor,
Yeah.
smile,
I
and
love
breathe.
this.
Yes.
Yes, sis. Thank you so much for coming and giving us so much light and
Thank
love
you for having me. Thank you.
for anxiety and depression. You are the bomb. You like the bomb, like not even the bomb.
Oh, are you
It's
saying
The,
that
her
because you're my
voice.
sister?
No, it's
I'm
her
not
voice.
always saying it. I might be biased because you're my sister, but I am saying it because it's real. Like
Thank
your
you.
videos help me.
Thank you
Seriously,
very much.
they help me. So like, if your videos is helping me, I'm pretty sure they can help anybody because I'm just as stubborn as they want to be. So
I
Yes, she is.
appreciate that honesty.
I appreciate you coming and joining. I hope we get to have you again. Guys,
Absolutely.
we will be at our Family Matters conference in 2021.
Because I'm part of the
Representing
family.
connections. So you guys will see her again. I love you so much.
I love you too.
And we
I
will
love
talk
you too,
soon.
sis, over there. Nice to meet you.
Right. I was gonna say I love you too, sis, but I want my other sister to get me because she watching.
It's
But I
okay.
love you
It's all
too.
love. It's all love.
We have this thing where we gotta accept the person together. We can't do it by ourselves.
I just want to also say this, both of y'all are intimidating me to go back to my New York accent because I'm all country now. I'm
I
born
love
up
it
there,
though.
y'all. But I'm still like, hey
No,
y'all, but then y'all speaking like,
no.
hey,
Hey,
we can talk
Oh
to
my
y'all. I can talk like that too.
Oh, you want me to do the New York talking for you? I
I
got you, boo.
understand. You get me
There
hot
you
enough, and
go.
I'm all New York all day.
That's right. How you doing?
I could do it too. I could do it too.
Let's do it
But
together.
I'm very country at the end of the day.
Extremely.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I
Well,
was told
yeah.
I was dipped in chocolate.
Come on down here.
Yeah.
Breathe this air. And I'm at the beach. Come on down.
She really is at the
I'm
beach.
It's
literally
cold.
7 miles
It's
from the beach.
cold now.
It ain't as cold as it is up there.
That's the whole fact.
Listen, the way my room feel right now, I feel like I'm in the sauna.
Oh.
I feel like let me put my TV on the beach and I'm good to go. It's hot in here, and I got a sweater on because I was like, let me be presentable.
All
But I'm
right.
over here slowly like burning. I probably lost a good 5 like
I have
centimeters or something.
Oh man.
Not
At least you feel good.
right. All right, we about to get out of here. We about to hit that 2-hour mark, and I don't want to hit it. So, thank you, sis. I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, we'll talk later.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Thank you, everyone who's watching.
All right, guys, we're about to end this live. Thank you guys for joining. We've had so much fun chatting and laughing, and this is really what we do on the
Of
Sister
course.
Code. So I hope you guys will join us this Saturday. I'm going to put up the flyer for the Sister Code and the flyer for if you want to give. We are a fully acting nonprofit organization. So if you donate to our organization, all donations are tax exempt. What's the word I'm looking for? Here we go, right here.
Exempt,
All donations are tax deductible. There we go.
deductible.
Tax deductible. I couldn't think just now. All donations are tax deductible.
Okay.
So that is the flyers for our Sister Code for Saturday, the flyer for our Sister Code for January, February, and the flyer for our Family Matters Conference. Our save the date for now for the Family Matters Conference in 2021. Guys, please feel free to email us at admin@mskaspromise.org or visit our website www.mskaspromise.org. This has been a great live. Thank you for joining us. I do see another comment. Oh, that's your mom.
What she said?
She loves talking country.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
Yes, that is our show. That's it. We're done. See you guys on the next go round. Thank you.
That's right.
I see Latonia here, but I want to say Monique. Thank you, Monique, for partnering with me and riding this out like you always do.
Hey, why, baby?
All
What?
right. See you guys later.
Later.